What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out, and I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. Messed up and out of touch, let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hang on while I retrieve something. I was trying to real quick take some ibuprofen before I switched over for the show. And one of them went flying under the desk, so... fun times. One moment. Alright. When I take them before the show because we go to bed right after the show. So, so I was trying to take them real quick. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. Got some insanity apparently coming out of Illinois this evening. Sometimes this state, I just don't know. So anyway, as you could tell by the title of the show, Trump has apparently been, at least for the time being, removed from another state ballot, and it happens to be our state. I don't wanna, put so much into this, and there's a reason why. And I'll explain it all. So, earlier today, this morning, Bear did his morning brief, and some of the intel that had came into him was that hospitals are being more or less told to get prepared for, one of the things was mass casualty events, and the other thing being civil unrest. Well, the thing is, I don't put a lot of stock into intel like that, and the reason why I don't is there are so many people out there that want their 5 minutes of fame that they will absolutely, completely fabricate stuff and report it, and, well, nothing ever comes of it. I'm not saying that's what this is. What I'm saying is I don't know. However, just that report is a data point to put back in the back of our minds. Anytime something like that comes up, I start going through my mind and think about everything that's going on and see if I could figure out logic behind why they would possibly be doing that. And it's possible that they're going to do whatever it is that they have to do to keep him from getting back into office. And it's possible that whatever means and methods that they so choose may absolutely wind up causing mass unrest. Now, do I think that the conservatives, the Republican, the citizens, do I think that they will rise up if Trump gets removed from the ballot altogether, or gets impeded in one way or another so that he doesn't or can't win? Honestly, no, I don't. And I know that viewpoint might upset some people, but look, I've been doing this show for 10 years. And I really, even when the right, so to speak, has stood up, it's been very muted. Even back during the whole big COVID thing, conservative, Republicans, what have you, protested. And even that was pretty bleak. There wasn't a whole lot. It just is what it is. I can't help it. All I can do is report on it. I'm not here to fill anybody's ego, not even my own. So, do I think that would be enough in and of itself to cause the mass unrest or, mass casualty events? No. I honestly no. I have no idea, to be honest. no idea if that information is true and correct. I really don't know what it may entail or may not entail. 1 second. So, as always, I would just tell people to keep their eyes and ears open. That's an always thing. I'm not one that's going to sit here and, oh, you should be, at a heightened sense of alert, blah, 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 because you get that enough from enough channels. Full Spectrum Survival is out of his mind, man. Every single day, almost, it seems that, it's here, it's time, it's just, I don't get how these folks can sleep at night, but that's on them. Anyway, we didn't wind up getting much of anything for storms last night, so that's a good thing. I took the Big Ego Flow and took it off the system earlier, and I'm not one of those that's going to just leave it on there, because they really, especially long term, it's not so wise to use those that way, and I'm not somebody that's gonna ruin a perfectly good item, I don't know, for whatever reason. There are people that do it, though. They hook them up and try to tell them that they're not uninterruptible power supplies. They're not UPSs, but so many people will try to use them as one. And, they will. Several different types of devices. Yeah, sure, they'll back it up. But I wouldn't use anything really sensitive. I wouldn't try doing it with a computer or even a modem or a router. Because those have been known to not quite function as the folks intended. So, but anyway, we didn't have any storms of anything to really be concerned about. So that's a good thing. It did get cold as heck today. I didn't think to look. I was going to look earlier at the weather. I had been in Substance Painter for a good part of the day. I have really put some hours into that thing today. And I'm trying to really make that ornithopter, or whatever they call it. I'm really trying to do a good job on it. So we're looking at tomorrow 53, Friday 55, and then Saturday 70, Sunday 76, Monday 72, Tuesday 61, and Wednesday 63. So, hey man, I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. That's awesome. I'll be probably having the windows open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, though, for sure, at least in the afternoon. I'm so glad that winter is getting shaken off pretty early this year. Yeah, there is a lot going on with the fire. I got a notification on my phone last night. Let me put that up there. Got a notification on my phone last night that there was a fire in Texas, and that they actually had to halt operations at a nuclear weapons facility as a result of the fire. And then, of course, yeah, the invasion on the southern border is just stupid, insane. It blows my mind. Biden said not that long ago, maybe a week or so, came out and said something about, oh, I can stop it, and I guess he's trying to use that as kind of a leverage for getting his nonsense past, his bill for Ukraine. I think it's nuts. Maybe it could be. Let me throw that up there too, so folks know what I'm laughing at. It absolutely could be. Oh man. So, other than that, like I say, I've had my head in Adobe Substance Painter for a good part of the day. And I thought, man, I'm really making it. I'm making it far on this. And then all of a sudden I came across a texture that has 1,000,001 tiny little bitty parts on it. And I'm like, oh, holy cow. So, probably tomorrow morning I'll probably be spending 2 or 3 hours just on that one particular file. And then hopefully that's the last one that's just stupid hard to get done. So I just I don't know why. I love flying that thing, and I want to do a really, really cool texture for it. And here's the thing. After I get done doing the texture for it, I've got those files. And so, say, swapping out a different type of camouflage is literally just a matter of minutes because everything's already done up. I just have to replace the camouflage files and take the mask from the current camouflage and put it on the new camouflage, and boom, it's done. Or whatever type of design. The one thing that I did do today that I was proud of, I thought it was really, really cool. Let me show it to you. Is this the one that came up? Well, I had one that was even better, but I didn't save it because I know how to do it now. Now that I got my windows all screwed up, let me pull this up there. So you may have seen my SimGameit logo, and you get that switched over. And so what I learned to do today was make something called normal maps. And what a normal map is, and let me bring up a normal map real quick, just so you see what one looks like. Comp files, up, 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 up. There we go. There's my normal map. Get that poked in there. That is what they call a normal map. And what that does is where you see it actually looks like it sticks out, it will actually do that when you layer the actual color over it. So that's what's done here, and that's why it's a little hard to see. The other one I did was much better. Blow it up a little bit. That's not even my biggest version of the logo. That's actually my small version of the logo. Anyway, I just thought it was cool to be able to take a flat 2D image and make it more or less look like an embossed coin. And it's pretty freaking cool. So the aircraft now has logos on the sides of it that are done like that. So I know, not realistic, because that would cause issues with the air. Whatever. It's an ornithopter. It's from Dune, so it's not very real from the start. Anywho, let me get my windows back in place here, and we will cover some news. Odd thing people would be coming here for. No. Coffee. Keep waiting for excitement in the neighborhood, because like every night, cop drives down the alley real slow like. There's I guess they're possibly looking for somebody that lives down the alley, but it's kind of unusual, because usually we don't see hide nor hair around here. So no, it's a really calm part of town, so that I am thankful for. I mean, there really isn't anywhere in this town that's out of hand, but nonetheless, this is a really quiet part. Right over that direction is like a really, really super nice, expensive neighborhood. So, gotta have the big bucks to afford a place there. Okay, let's do a little bit of news. Trump axed from another U.S. state ballot. Now I'm going to do a quick refresh on it just in case more information was added. It says an Illinois judge has ruled that former President Donald Trump cannot appear on the state's Republican primary ballots, ordering local election officials to strike his name from the running. Trump's legal team was given just 2 days to appeal. The order will take effect on March 1, allowing Trump's legal team only a brief window to appeal the decision, According to The Hill, Illinois primary race kicks off on March 19th. Yeah, I've actually got that, Watchman, I've actually got that up in the news. It's crazy. Cook County Judge Tracy Porter handed down the decision on Wednesday, claiming that Trump's actions surrounding the January 6, 2021 riot, hey, at least now they're toning it down to a riot and not an insurrection. That's ridiculous. I think riot is pretty ridiculous too, but I mean, okay, I'll give it that. I mean, because there was some, there was a little bit of I don't know really how to term it. I wouldn't call it violence other than Ashley Babbitt being shot. Other than that, there was a little bit of ruckus going on. Anyway, let's see. Said disqualified him from seeking re-election in Illinois. She cited the 14th Amendment insurrection clause, which again, not been charged with that, which bars former U.S. officials from returning to military or civilian office if they have engaged in an insurrection or rebellion. The ruling comes after a group of Illinois voters filed a formal objection to Trump's candidacy with the state elections board, also pointing to his alleged participation in the January 6, 2021 events, which I don't understand what participation that was. He told everybody to go home. While officials later voted unanimously, or something similar, to retain his name on the GOP ballot, the move prompted a legal challenge from the voters' lawyers who presented the same argument to the court. The case marks the third attempt in as many states to prevent Trump's nomination after litigants in Colorado and Maine also sought to disqualify the former president on the basis of the insurrection clause. However, rulings in those cases have been paused pending an appeal in the U.S. Supreme Court, which has signaled skepticism toward the plaintiffs. During a hearing earlier this month, a majority of justices questioned whether state officials had the authority to apply the insurrection clause to the presidential candidates, with liberal Justice Elena Kagan questioning why a single state should decide who gets to be president of the United States. Conservative-leaning Justice Amy Coney Barrett similarly said, "It just doesn't seem like a state call." Despite the legal hurdles, Trump has swept every GOP primary contest so far, taking easy wins in Michigan, Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina. The ex-president still faces criminal cases in multiple states, however, including for his alleged interference in the 2020 election, a hush money scheme with porn actress Stormy Daniels, as well as charges linked to the improper handling of classified material. Trump has denied any wrongdoing in each case, rejecting the allegations as politically motivated. Now, there is no way that you could not think it was politically motivated. And what really gets me is how they're playing the back and forth card on all of this. Look, I'm not going to jump behind any politician, especially here doing the news. I am certainly not going to bias myself behind any politician because that's wrong. That's not news when people do that. It starts to become way too much opinion, and I know I have a lot of opinion on this show, but I'm not going to pander for another human being because we're all flawed, for one, which is fine. That part I'm good with. But nobody that's worth a hill of beans can even get on the ballot. They will damn well make sure of that. Hang on. And I shouldn't say quite that much, because we've had people like Ron Paul and stuff like that get on the ballot, but kind of halfway get on the ballots. Funny how you can be on the ballot but not allowed to debate. I always thought that was interesting. So, as I was saying a moment ago, I got this issue where they're wanting to go after Trump for these documents. And not that long ago, Biden was found guilty of that very thing but was given a pass because of his cognitive issue. Okay? The reason why I'm reminding folks of that is because the White House revealed Biden's health condition. It says here, President Joe Biden underwent his annual physical exam at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center on Wednesday, with doctors saying the oldest leader in U.S. history is healthy enough and fully fit for duty. I'm going to repeat that. He is healthy enough and fully fit for duty. The 2.5-hour-long medical examination was conducted by a team of 20 doctors, but did not involve any tests to prove Biden's mental fitness. Of course not. Dr. Kevin O'Connor, according to a memo from the White House physician Dr. Kevin O'Connor, Biden feels well after the routine procedure and test identified no new concerns. Of course there's no new concerns. The dude's like mentally gone. So aside from that, no, there's no new concerns. President Biden is a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male that can't walk up steps or ride a bike, who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency, to include those as chief executive, head of state, and commander-in-chief, the doctor wrote in a 6-page summary of the procedures. Sorry, I went off script there for a moment. Critics have long blasted the administration for an alleged lack of transparency on Biden's health, claiming that the 81-year-old Biden hasn't proven mentally fit to serve as president. I don't think he's like mentally fit to serve ice cream. That's why they get it for him. Especially after a recent prosecutor's report suggested that he was too elderly and befuddled to stand trial. I love that. The president doesn't need a cognitive test because we already know. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said on Wednesday, "That is not my assessment. That is the assessment of the president's doctor. That is also the assessment of his neurologist." Man, I'll tell you what, I bet they're making bank. Earlier this month, U.S. Representative Ronnie Jackson, a Texas Republican who served as White House doctor under then-President Donald Trump and Barack Obama, and 83 other U.S. House Republicans wrote a letter raising grave concerns about President Biden's cognitive abilities. U.S. Department of Justice Special Counsel Robert Hurd's report found some evidence that Biden might have jeopardized national security by keeping classified documents, just in his garage, after leaving office as vice president in 2017, but noted that the president shouldn't be criminally charged because a jury would be reluctant to convict an octogenarian who comes across in interviews as well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. But he's fit to be the president. I don't know what to tell the American people other than just get ready. Because we have no control over this sinking ship. None. And that has become so evident over the last 4 years. I mean, we all knew it to an extent before. I think a lot of people, including myself, was hoping that it was coming around when Trump was in office. And in some ways, the country did before COVID hit. I don't know. I don't think the answer's in man. The answer's in the Father. But there's still an earth, there's still a nation and all that. So we have to be realistic at the same time. I don't know that this ship can be righted. Even with the most well-meaning individual, I don't think the ship can be righted. I think we are so far in the drain. I don't know. So this is also in the news. U.S. Senate Republican leader says he will retire. I was like cheering when I heard this announcement. Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the longest-serving Senate leader in U.S. history, announced on Wednesday he will step down from his leadership position in November. McConnell first became senator in 1985. He was elected to lead his party's faction in 2006 and has been in the position ever since. One of life's most underappreciated talents is to know when it's time to move on to life's next chapter, the 82-year-old said in his speech on the Senate floor. So I stand before you today to say that this will be my last term as Republican leader of the Senate. McConnell did not offer any specific reason for the announcement, but said the recent death of his wife's youngest sister prompted him to reflect. Father Time remains undefeated. I am no longer the young man sitting in the back, hoping colleagues would remember my name. It is time for the next generation of leadership, he said. I still have enough gas in the tank to thoroughly disappoint my critics, and I intend to do so with all the enthusiasm which they have become accustomed, McConnell added, noting he intends to remain in the Senate until the end of his current mandate. McConnell has spent the past 4 years propping up the establishment faction of the Republican Party and working against former President Donald Trump, who seeks to challenge the incumbent President Joe Biden in the November election. In his speech, the Kentucky senator insisted that his support for funding Ukraine and other foreign aid was the right thing to do. So, I have a lot of questions, especially involving the death of that woman. I don't know. And then now this, kind of makes you wonder. The never-ending story. McConnell was like the book that never, or the what was it? The story that never, hell, I can't remember. The song that never ends. That's right, the song that never ends. EU working to completely stop Russian gas transit via Ukraine, says an official. Now, I didn't put this article up so much to really discuss the article. I put the article up to discuss what's surrounding the article, and that is why. Okay, last I checked, and maybe I need to check the news again. I don't know. Maybe I was mistaken. But last I checked, Ukraine was at war with Russia. And so I must ask myself, why in the hell is that line continuing to pump gas? If they are at war with Ukraine, and, the West has put sanction after sanction after sanction on, and I get it. There are individuals that need that gas. I get that. But, you think about Nord Stream. That was an oopsie, right? And there was not an oopsie here? I don't know. It really, truly makes me question things when I can sit here and clearly see that there has to be some handshaking going on, some working together. There has to be. At the same time, the United States never quit buying oil from Russia. The United States never quit buying uranium from Russia. We're still buying that stuff. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Something else that doesn't add up is this story out of Germany. There's been a lot of stories of a violent nature lately that seem to have been really, really sanitized. And, I definitely take note of it. Story here, the headline, 2 children stabbed outside school in Germany. A boy and a girl, 9 and 10, have been seriously injured in a knife attack on Wednesday in the German city of Duisburg Police said they had detained a youth. Now, I want to really emphasize that word youth, who allegedly attacked the children outside a Catholic elementary school. The children were returning home from school in the Duisburg, and I'm probably saying it wrong, neighborhood of Markslow when the attack happened, according to a local media. They survived the attack and crawled back to the schoolhouse where a teacher gave them first aid. A medical helicopter then evacuated them to an area hospital. Now, let's talk about that youth. Duisburg police said a 21-year-old male suspect had been arrested and that there was no further danger to the public. Forensic investigators are working with crime scene and looking for possible witnesses. Police did not identify the suspect or offer any information about his possible motive. Duisburg is a city of about 500,000 residents in the Ruhr industrial region in the West German state of North Rhine-Westphalia. Oh yeah, gotta love any place that has Phalia in the name. 21 years old. I do not consider that a youth. I just find that really interesting. And they're clearly keeping mum about motive and everything else. So, it's just crazy how so many nations around the world are doing the same type of sanitizing, the same type of whitewashing of news and information if it doesn't fit the narrative that they want. It's crazy. The Hunt for Red October. That was actually a good movie. Bitcoin scorches past $64,000. And I don't have Bitcoin, but the biggest reason why why I had to talk about this is because I'm sure it pisses off old Kenneth. Pinball preparedness. He loves to throw a fit about Bitcoin. Now, I mean, let me make myself clear. I won't associate myself with anything like the crypto, and the reason why is because I am pretty damn convinced that it's going to wind up being that one world currency. So I abstain. I will say that years ago, when Bitcoin first came out, I had an email, and it was advertising a Bitcoin wallet, and they were going to give me a Bitcoin for opening a wallet. And then there was something else. Oh, right on, Watchman. I'll catch you later, man. There was something else that I wound up making like a little over a Bitcoin. Doing whatever it was. I can't even remember what it was. Signing up. I don't know. It's stupid stuff. But Bitcoin was like not even $1 at the time per Bitcoin. So somewhere out there, I've got 2-point-something Bitcoins that I have no idea which wallet it was with or anything else. I have no idea. But I wished I did. And in fact, I never closed down my old email account, but I hadn't logged into it for a really, really long time. And I was able to get back into my old email account. I've got it like open right now. But all of my emails I had were gone. So, and I mean, I was able to get back in it by requesting to, make a new password. I have my current Yahoo email as a backup for my previous one, and so that's how I was able to get back in. But not a single email, so none of my emails are in there, and I'm like, damn it. So, and I don't think there's anything in there. I don't think there's anything I can in saved or anything. I don't even know if there's a saved folder. There's an archive folder. It's empty. But I don't think there's a save folder or anything. Nope. And I did have folders in it when I was using it, because I had that email for a long, long time. So, fact, I've had that email even longer than what I've had the sim game at one, I think. No, I guess about the same amount of time. That's about the same. But yeah, that sucks. I got 2 point something Bitcoins out there in Bitcoin land. And that would be really nice to come across right about now. I'll be honest. If I could come across that wallet, I would definitely cash those Bitcoin in. I mean, you're talking about over $120,000. You damn right I'll cash those Bitcoins in. Anyway, per the article, the price of Bitcoin, the world's highest valued cryptocurrency, surged past the $64,000 mark at 7:15 GMT on Wednesday, approaching an all-time high reached in November 2021, according to CoinDesk. The token gave up most of the gains by 8 o'clock GMT to trade around $60,000. The digital currency has surged for a fifth consecutive day, supported by inflows into U.S.-based spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. ETFs allow more retail investors to hold Bitcoin indirectly via funds that trade on exchanges. The launch of ETFs in early January has helped drive the value of Bitcoin up nearly 40% so far. According to Reuters, traders are also investing in Bitcoin ahead of the upcoming halving in April, a process designed to slow the release of the cryptocurrency. The value of all the Bitcoin in circulation has exceeded $2 trillion this month for the first time in 2 years, according to Reuters, which cited the crypto platform CoinGecko. Bitcoin reached an all-time high of $68,982.20 in November 2021, before dropping to around $29,000 last July due to uncertainty caused by the criminal charges against Binance founder Changpeng Zhao and amid concern about economic woes in China. So, again, I really do wish that I knew what wallet that was with, because I've got the email. Fun. Oh, man. Crazy times. Anyway, I got some headlines to run through and get the heck out of here. Sure, the dog will be happy. She was very displeased when I started tonight. She was really hoping for belly rubbings. I love that dog. The most awesome ever. Alright, anyway, let's do some headlines. EU tells citizens to further reduce gas consumption. Okay. Trump sweeps another nomination vote. LG, Sony, and Bosch leaving Russia, says media. Swiss city employees get big pay surprise. They actually got double their pay because of an error. Western special forces working in Ukraine, says Financial Times. Moscow could designate Ukraine's military a terrorist organization, says a diplomat. West has failed to isolate Russia, says Lavrov. Sanctions have reached their limit, says a Russian think tank. Soviet-era statesman Nikolai Vyazkov dies. Ukraine's frontline situation catastrophic, says Moscow. Ukraine demands compensation from Poland over dumped grain. Russia has done very well at boosting its defense industry, says the U.S. general. Apple scraps electric car project, says Bloomberg. Moscow has no doubt that Kiev targets Russian civilians. 2 children... Oh, I covered that. Elon Musk slams U.S.-Mexico border security. U.S. intel tried to track Putin, says Wired. White House admits significance of Advidka. Let's see. Moscow responds to Putin's snooping claims. Kremlin responds to Orban's border fears. Google responds to racist AI controversy. Bunch of responding going on. NATO applicants breakaway region asks Russia for help. A friendly fire targets U.S. drone in the Red Sea. Let's see. About the tank that was destroyed. CIA working in Ukraine, says U.S. mercenary. More U.S. Republican senators want Ukraine peace talks, says Politico. And lastly, Turkey offers to host Russia-Ukraine talks. So, it's been a little bit of a slow news day. So, I'm going to take advantage of that and get the cluck out of here. So, I hope everybody has a good evening. And God willing, we'll be back tomorrow to finish up the week and go from there. So I appreciate you coming. Hope to see you tomorrow. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.